Welcome back to Native Blooms and Butterflies. Today I'd like to answer a question that I recently heard from a client. He wondered, does my vegetable garden support pollinators? The short answer is yes, but let me go into the details of how and why our vegetable gardens can support pollinators. Many people have heard of the Native American Three Sisters planting: corn, beans, squash, or pumpkin. These plants have been cultivated by the Native Americans sometimes for thousands of years. As we've learned in a previous episode, native plants are easily recognized by our native pollinators. Let me go into these plants in more detail. The first of the Three Sisters that I would like to talk about is beans. Beans fix nitrogen for the corn and the squash. Beans are self-fertile, but they are attractive to some native pollinators. I found that many bees and hummingbirds are very attracted to our scarlet runner beans' bright red flowers. Scarlet runner beans can be eaten as string beans when they are small or used for dry beans if left to maturity. Something to know about beans though, they don't set pods well in really hot weather. This is a concern with our changing climate, and many people are working on breeding more heat-tolerant varieties. I save my bean seeds every year, the toughest of the tough produced through our heat and droughts, and those seeds are worth perpetuating. Squash and pumpkins are the next part of the Three Sisters planting. The native cucurbit bee is a specialist pollinator that you can support by having these plants in your garden. The cucurbit bee actually likes to sleep overnight in closed squash blossoms so that it is on the spot bright and early the next day to start work again. Many other small native bees like leafcutters and sweat bees, as well as non-native honeybees, will visit your squash and pumpkin blossoms. The next of the Three Sisters is corn, which provides growing support for the bean vines. Corn is wind-pollinated, but you will quite often find our native pollinators and honeybees rustling around in the tassels, collecting nectar and pollen. Tomatoes are actually native to South America, but our native bumblebees will visit them. Most modern tomato flowers have the stigma covered by the anther cone. Agitation by the wind is the usual method of pollination, but bumblebees can also buzz-pollinate tomato plants by vibrating the pollen loose. While most onions that we eat originated in other countries, there are about 70 varieties of onion that are native to North America. Because of this, our native pollinators can recognize the blossoms even from imported onions. I have seen a wide variety of pollinators utilizing these pom-pom-like onion blossoms. Many garden herbs like oregano, thyme, and marjoram are not native to North America, but they can be used to boost the health of honeybee hives. Mint is an aggressive spreader and is not native, so it should be kept in a pot. It reportedly is the host plant for the gray hair-streaked butterfly, and many other pollinators like to gather nectar from its flowers. Any edible garden plants with umbelliferous flowers, meaning umbrella-shaped, are attractive to tiny ground nesting sweat bees and hoverflies, which are bee mimics. Carrots, dill, fennel, cilantro, and parsley all have this type of flower. Dill, while also not native, has been adopted by black swallowtail butterflies as a host plant. If you see a striped caterpillar eating your dill, let it be and you'll soon have a beautiful butterfly. Keep in mind though that dill flowers will also attract tiny parasitic wasps whose young consume moth and butterfly larvae. If you've got black swallowtail caterpillars, you may want to remove dill blossoms to reduce their attraction to predators. Sunflowers in your garden are very attractive to all kinds of pollinators and birds, and they are a keystone plant. Sunflowers are native to our continent, and they host 69 different moths and butterflies, including the Gorgone checker spot, painted lady, American lady, bordered patch, and silvery checker spot butterflies. They are also very attractive to native bees like bumblebees, leafcutters, and sunflower bees. Another flower that is not native but is a good nectar plant is borage. It has edible star-shaped flowers with a cucumber-like flavor. They're pretty sprinkled on salads, and the flowers will attract a variety of small bees and butterflies, like the painted lady, to your garden. Anyone who has ever grown cabbages is familiar with the cabbage white butterfly. This is not a native butterfly, and they always seem to be abundant. If you wish to protect your brassicas from the larvae of these butterflies, you may want to try row covers. I'm a firm believer in not spraying or treating my garden in any way. If you spray your garden or treat for pest insects, you can also kill the good insects. I found that companion planting and avoiding monocultures in my garden is a great way to bring a balance to my insect population. I actually have very few insect pests in my garden for this reason. Yes, I've had stink bugs in my garden, but I've also had feather-legged flies that eat stink bugs. Yes, I've had white flies, aphids, and flea beetles, but I also get a reliable showing of the long-legged flies that eat these pests. In my garden, I've also had spiders, daddy longlegs, western fireflies, lacewings, and other voracious predators that keep garden pests in check. I will caution about ladybugs though. A lot of people like to do ladybug releases. This can upset the balance in your garden by introducing non-native ladybugs. Ladybugs will also eat your butterfly larvae and will even eat poisonous monarch caterpillars. I'd advise just planting to attract these predators if you need them to do their work, and don't take any shortcuts by releasing additional insects. One last piece of advice. In our community garden, we always keep one bed for non-edible, nectar-producing flowers. This is an important piece. You don't want to raise black swallowtail butterflies on your dill, for example, and then have nothing for the adult butterfly to eat. A really popular annual with pollinators is zinnia. Zinnias have a nice flat top, which makes a great landing pad for butterflies and larger bees. We've had bumblebees, skipper butterflies, painted ladies, two-tailed swallowtails, western swallowtails, and even monarch butterflies visit our zinnias. Keep in mind that simpler flower shapes are best for pollinators to access the nectar. Thank you for taking the time to learn about vegetable gardening for pollinators. Remember that the choices that you make in your yard can make a real difference.